this country is at war with Germany.
We had to do a job, and we did the job, and that was it.
The men had to go and fight, and the women had to take their place.
Soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force, you are about to embark upon the Great Crusade.
So, hello and welcome back to another episode of Foxhole Chat, the only World War II podcast you'll ever need. And this week we're going to discuss the topic that's on everybody's mind these days, AI. And we'll cover some research as well. So, AI is taking a massive toll on the history world at the minute, I think. You've got YouTube channels like ours, History Underground, World War II TV, History in Your Hand, World War II Wayfinder. We do everything ourselves, so we think of the idea, we do the research. You know, we might do like one video a week comfortably. Then you've got these AI channels that can just mass produce slop because it's faster, cheaper, and it's actually getting scarily good at reproducing stuff. I saw a video the other day of AI from 5 years ago, and it was supposed to be Will Smith eating a bowl of spaghetti.
Oh my God. Yes.
And it was like AI from like last week, and it's come a long way in 5 years. It's scary.
Oh no. Oh dear.
Yeah.
This isn't good.
No, it's not good. I think Facebook's the worst for it.
Oh God. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
It's full of it, but it's easier to monetize on Facebook than it is anywhere else. So you can mass produce all these photos with captions and you'll get monetized per comment, like.
Right.
I mean, some of these pages have hundreds of thousands of followers and they're churning out 250 posts a day. So I dread to think how much they're making from AI historical content.
Yeah, that makes me really sad as well, because like, I don't know about you, like we put, like you were saying there, you know, we put in so much effort of researching, filming the video, editing it, making a thumbnail, making a title, making a description, and we do it because we love it and we love the subject. But then you see, yes, this AI, as everyone's kind of calling it, slop, getting way more views than us putting all this effort in, and it is quite disheartening sometimes, because then the general public kind of jump on it, don't they? And it's especially on Facebook, where there's so many people on there, and it's easily digestible by the people who are on Facebook. And I think if you're like me and you know, we can kind of spot it a bit better than other people. But the general public, unfortunately, I think they struggle a bit more.
Yeah, so the general audience on Facebook tend to be the older generation. So those that haven't grown up, like, well, let's say growing up now, we know we're in our late 20s, but we can tell the difference between AI because we've watched it progress over the last 5 years. But the older generation are going to look at the picture, read the caption and go, oh, that's really sad. And then comment on it, which is then giving the page money because they've commented on it, liked it, shared it, done whatever. And it's like, no, it's wrong. But I've noticed it's a lot of Holocaust material that started appearing over the last couple of weeks, which is just horrific. So some of them are doing an AI photo with an original caption. So, well, if you've got the original caption, why not just post the original photo?
Yeah.
Because generally, the AI photo is just an AI version of the original photo. So it might be clearer. Some of the details won't be as accurate, but it's pretty much the same
as the
original anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so that sparked a interesting question in my brain of would you say if AI was used, because sometimes you see those like recolored pictures of the
Mhm.
black and white pictures. So would you say that using AI to do something like that, so touch up the picture, recolorize it, kind of make it HD, um, for me, I don't think that's a problem. Um, but what would you rather see the original black and white?
I find the colour ones interesting. So I'm a photographer by trade, so I can sit and colorize a photo
Mm,
myself through Photoshop. Like most photographers can do that. It takes forever, but we know it will be historically accurate.
yeah.
So I haven't got a problem with AI doing it because it'll be a fast way of doing it. But they do get
Mm,
some of the colours wrong, which then if you're
right.
using those images for research, say like camouflage, for example, you can't
Mm,
see camouflage very well in a black and white photo. But if AI is putting pink and purple spots on it, that's a bit of an issue. I know
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
I know that's an extreme example,
Yeah. No, but
but
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
when I started reenacting, I didn't realize how many different shades of green and brown there are in the world.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's
Yeah.
loads,
I mean, I
and
mean, I mean, I mean, look at my hat. I mean, that's just a
yeah,
mix of
yeah. So if you get something like that wrong, somebody will call you out on it. So
absolutely,
I get it, and I
absolutely.
haven't got an issue with it if it's done right. And then there's the mix of AI photo and an AI caption. It's like, well, what's the point? You just
Yeah.
purely just clearly money grabbing at that point. But then
Yeah.
they mix
Precisely.
AI photos in with original photos. So then it's harder to tell the difference because it's all in with one of
Hmm.
like, is that original? That's original, but that one's AI. So it's like, why? Just why?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Exactly. I think the one that gets me is the AI voiceover.
Mm,
And again, because you don't know, is it that somebody's written a script and put it in because they don't feel confident talking, they don't like the sound of their voice or something like that, which I I do understand that. But then going kind of deeper down the AI hole of, well, if the person's using an have they, they just gone on ChatGPT and gone, explain to me the D-Day landings, and then ChatGPT is just regurgitated everything that it knows, and some of it is uh, wrong, dates are wrong or whatever. And if ChatGPT is listening to me, I don't hate you. Please don't come and murder me in my sleep when the robot overlords give you a body. I just want to state that for the record.
yeah.
We're just having an educational conversation about AI and history. And yeah, but I think what you were saying about like you've seen like a drastic change in AI over the past like 5 years or whatever. I think that is because it's one of those things where the more we feed it, it's that thing of you feed it good data, you'll get good things out of it. You feed it bad data, you get bad things out of it. I mean, I don't know if you saw maybe, oh, what was it, maybe a year or so ago, and Elon's Grok AI on Twitter just one day decided to go on like an anti-Semitic rant and was praising Hitler just one day.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, that genuinely happened. And when I saw it, I wasn't surprised. And I think it got quite like widespread news. And like how that thing is still a thing after that. Like if that was
mm,
anyone with two brain cells, they'd go, right, let's just shut it down. Like clearly it's got the wrong part of the internet and it has taken this information and taken it in the wrong direction. Because
yeah.
that's like that's where it becomes dangerous, I think, when it starts going down that road, because then unfortunately you get people who are susceptible to that sort of ideology who could latch onto that and go, oh, well, this thing that I use is agreeing with me. So, I'm going to spread it even further, and I'm going to show all my friends and other like-minded people. And that's how things get a bit slippery, slopey, sort of thing. So yeah.
And the more content AI creates, the more the more AI content that's produced, the less the history stuff's going to get pushed further down the line. So the AI content that was using the historically accurate photos to make AI from is just going to be making AI from AI
Yeah.
because there's going to be that much of it. It's not going to be able to filter through
Mm.
the historical accurate stuff. So
Yeah.
it's only going to get worse.
It is, unfortunately. But I think, I don't know if you watched it, but World War II Wayfinder did a really good video on it, on this topic AI.
Mhm.
And from what I can remember, he just said, we've got the power as long as we keep being original, making original content.
Yeah,
And then when you see something that isn't accurate in any way, shape, or form, whether it be a picture or whatever, just report it. Just report
yeah,
it. And the more of us that report the stuff like that, we got to hope that when it's on, they will take action, they will take it down, they will flag it or whatever. So I think it's up to us people in this history sphere and the general public as well to just keep calling it out and keep making original content and sticking to the facts.
yeah. Basically, if you see any AI content, report it, but then don't go and comment on it saying this is AI because that's how the pages are making their money. So literally report it and then just keep scrolling by because
Yeah. Or
the more interaction they get,
yeah.
it's going to think people are interested, so it's going to push it to more people, and the more money they're going to get.
Yeah. I've just come up with a brilliant idea. You could report it, scroll past it, and then Google or YouTube, echoes from the past, Google and YouTube war footprints, and then Google Foxhole Chat as well, and come and interact with us, because we're not AI, we're real people. Waffle all day about World War II. We won't sound robotic. We won't mislead you. Yeah, come over to our side. Come and join us. Ignore the robot overlords.
Yep, and if we make a mistake, it's a genuine mistake that we didn't like realize we're making. So if we do make mistakes at any point, feel free to call us out on it, and we will
Yeah.
correct them as and when we need to.
Yeah, yeah. If we get dates and facts wrong, as much as I try to remember them all, I'm just a man at the end of the day. I'm a man with a job and a life, and my brain can only retain so much information.
Yeah. That's why I make notes and have a
Yeah,
notepad.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
So the issue with the amount of AI now is people don't know if something's AI or not. So, for example, if we post something that is clearly not AI, people will think, "Oh, that's AI. That can't be real." Because I saw something a few weeks ago that it was. Have you seen the footage? It's the Canadians on landing on D-Day. Everybody thinks it's the British, and the little doors of the landing craft open, and then everybody piles off.
yes. I think I know which video you're on about. Yeah,
Yep. If you're watching, it would have just popped up on screen. If you're not, it'll be on our Instagram in the photo pack for this episode. Um, Admittedly, it looked like it had been remastered because it was very clear.
okay,
But I looked through the comments and everyone was like, "This is AI. This is not real." And it's like, no, this footage has been around for years.
yeah,
It's the Canadians landing on Juno Beach and has been used in various D-Day documentaries and is
yeah.
one of the few bits of D-Day footage we have. It's very much real, but a lot of the comments were, "This is AI."
Mm.
So
It's it's
the line is blurring already.
It's funny you should say that actually, because I just remembered seeing a post on Instagram from a very, I don't want to say the page because they're not a bad page. They've got quite a lot of followers, and they put a video out of something similar. It's basically an AI generated video of a landing craft, showing the soldiers running out of the landing craft into the water and onto the beach, and I could tell it's AI straight away. You can just tell from a mile away. And I saw it, and I didn't interact with it, and I saw it, and I was watching it, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this because it happened. But then what's I think it's difficult to understand the meaning behind making a video like that. You know, is it doing it to get likes and interactions, or is it to keep the history alive? Do you get what I mean? Like
Mhm. Yeah.
it is a struggle. It's the same with, I know, I think they follow you as well, Battalion Beers. They've started doing a thing where they'll animate real historical pictures using AI, and it's literally just making the people move
Yeah.
in the picture. And to me, I think that's okay. Um, People might feel differently about it, and that's fine. That's fine. But to me, I think that's on the kind of safer side of you just bringing a photo to life using modern technology. It's not being doctored in any way to.
Yeah, you're not altering it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not fabricating. It's a real picture that's just been animated. So I think, yeah, like you say, there's a line, and it's getting blurred, unfortunately.
Mm. It's also how myth spreading starts as well, isn't it? So you create an AI image with a caption, and people take that for what it is. So that's how misinformation gets spread, unfortunately. But there are things we can do about it. So a lot of being a historian is research based. So there are good ways to research and bad ways to research. So for those that don't know, I reenact as a war correspondent. So war correspondents were photographers, so therefore took pictures. So the Signal Corps for the US Army had a way of cataloguing their photos, so you could tell they were theirs. So their
Hmm.
photo would have either and or a Signal Corps stamp in one corner and a little number in another corner. I think other units and places did this as well. So if the photo's got a number in the corner, that number should match the number on the caption.
Right.
So if the caption then matches the photo, it's a real photo. It all matches. It's just another way of checking um, the authenticity
Yeah.
of original photos. If you can match the caption to the photo, then all is well. So they've either got a stamp and or a number. And then other photographers, everybody has a caption card. So when you take a photo, you fill out this caption card of what the photo is about. So that's where the numbers matched. Some of the captions have field numbers to correspond with the photos, and they also have the photographer's name. So a quick Google search, if you Google search that photographer's name, chances are their photos will come up somewhere along the line. And generally there'll be a series of photos. So if you're in the Battle of the Bulge taking photos, there'll be a whole series of Bastogne photos from that negative role,
Mm, mm.
basically. I've been using Google Lens a lot recently as well.
Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, so if you see a photo, either screenshot it, save it to your photos, put it in Google Lens, and that'll bring up where that photo comes from, so like the archives or what other people have posted about it. So if other people have posted it but use different captions, something's not quite right somewhere along the line.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I found that pretty useful. So with original photos, I know some Airfix modelers, their dioramas look incredible.
Yeah. I'm
So
very
if
jealous.
yeah, if you get a decent shot of an Airfix model or some action figures, it could potentially look real. Because I know that's done the
Yeah.
round a few times as well. And also
Yeah.
also reenacting. So I know of a photo of two, funnily enough, 101st Airborne reenactors
Mm.
that if you Google 101st Airborne, that photo comes up as an original photo,
Wow.
but it's from a reenactment.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I suppose. um, it just takes that like few seconds of it's the same like so when I was at uni, I did a biology degree, and obviously, a lot of research and looking at sources, and it just takes that few seconds or minutes just to kind of assess the source of what you're looking at. And it's the same in history, isn't it? If everyone's taught since school, really, Wikipedia is the worst because anyone can edit it, and you've got to kind of have your wits about you, really. And just take a few seconds just to go, okay, the website, argument's sake, let's say I researched a lot about airplane crashes for my YouTube videos, right? So I kind of take a second and just think about what I know about the wider history and look at the website and think, is it legit? Does it make sense with what was happening in the time period around the year or whatever? And I think it just takes that moment, just taking a moment and not taking things at face value. I think that's the main takeaway that we can take from this whole like broad AI topic of don't take things at face value. If it piques your interest, research it further, because it's either going to back it up or it'll disprove it or it'll send you down another path of research, which is good. Yeah, I think that's an important takeaway to have.
Yeah, so here's a question for you. I don't know
Okay.
if it's got an answer to it or not, and each answer might be different. But
Okay.
how long do you have to research something for it to become research over a Google search? If that
Oh,
made
that's
any sense
no,
whatsoever.
no. That's a really good question. I think if it brings up the answer straight away, well, you might have it. It might be like, what day did D-Day happen on? And obviously, it's going to tell you it's the 6th of June. But then if you were to go, what units fought on Dog White sector of Omaha Beach on D-Day, that might take you a bit longer to find. Um, I think I'm trying to think in terms of. So I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of like someone like our Lord and Savior James Holland, um, as if I was writing a book. Like he's probably going to research things to where he gets to a point where he's happy with the information that he's digested to then put it into a book, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's going to use his prior knowledge of the subject and then research further. And then he's going to assess, isn't he? He's going to assess, like, for argument's sake, if they're doing a lot of naval stuff now on the podcast, aren't they? And if he's reading the German perspective, he's going to know, is this ego? Are the inflating things like the Germans did in the war? And then vice versa for the British. There might be a bit of inflating things and glossing over things on the British side and then the Allied side as well. So I think it's just about your best judgment, isn't it? I think when you get to a point where you're happy with the information that you're then going to put forward, no matter what topic it is, I'm sure you do it in your videos where you research maybe stuff for a couple hours or maybe like a day or a couple days if it's a bigger video, and then you go, yep, I'm happy with what I've summarized from what I've researched. I'm happy to put this in a video, and put it out there. So I think it's just that I don't think there is a time limit, but it's just until you're happy with the research that
You-
you've done.
yeah. Yeah, I'm about the same, to be fair. So I don't think you can. So in the previous episode, the Belgium journalist that was researching Hitler's relative, he did that for 15 years.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not spending 15 years on on a YouTube video, otherwise I'll never get them out. Films. I know we've just done an episode on films, but they Hollywoodize a lot as well, don't they?
Yeah.
So we've said before, some stuff will be historically accurate, but then it's picking out what's accurate and what's not. So, like we said before, the Rommel town in Saving Private Ryan isn't a real town, but how many people have actually gone to Normandy thinking, I want to go there because there was a big tank battle? Well, actually, it didn't exist. So, when you're researching, you'd be researching like weapons, supplies in that area, what units were present in which battle. So AI struggles, I've found, with hands.
Yes.
So I've seen a few photos where it's been a soldier holding a gun, but he's been holding it weird. Like his hand's been like back to front and upside down on this gun. So that's usually a bit of a giveaway.
Yeah.
And it struggles with unit patches,
Yeah.
like on the arms of the uniforms and the helmets and stuff.
Yeah.
So if you don't recognise it, or if it doesn't look quite right, it's probably not real. With what you were saying about AI voiceovers,
Mm.
you can generally tell it's AI because it's got just a monotone rhythm to it,
Yeah.
and it mispronunciates a fair few words as well, doesn't it? I found
Yeah. Yeah.
as well, so that's generally a good telltale
Yeah.
as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So anything you find interesting, just double check it, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Like I said before, just don't take things at face value. And yeah, research them further. Or if you can't be bothered researching via Google, YouTube is, this is going to be a bit of more self-advertising here. But chances are someone's made a YouTube video on the thing that you're interested in. There's that many channels out there. And again, that could be a bit tricky because if there is these like AI led channels, it's difficult to know. It might be difficult in the future to know, okay, is this a real person or is this not? But chances are, if it's someone like me and you, you're going to start watching the video. And if it's like one of your cobby builds that you do, well, you're in the picture, and people can see you're real. And I try with my thumbnails, I try to put me in the thumbnail, so people know that it's a real person behind the account. But YouTube is a good tool as well as Google, I think. Not just for history, for any topic you're interested in. There's different levels. You've got people like World War II TV, which is super, super, super detailed. And then you've got more like what's the word I'm looking for? More like general ones, like maybe like the History Channel and the kind of programs that they put out. And even like I don't watch a lot of him, but that Mark Felton, um,
Mm.
which I don't know, does he get a bit of flack? Is he a bit controversial? I've heard bits,
Yeah,
but I
I've
don't.
heard things, but I don't know where it's all come from. I did try to look for where it all came from, but as far as I can see, he was plagiarizing a lot of stuff. So
Right.
I don't,
Okay.
I don't know how good or how accurate. I mean, I've watched a couple of his things and then heard that and I thought, I don't know whether to or not. But
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of people don't seem to like him.
Yeah, I watched one. He titled it what was it? It was the Air Force still using World War II aircraft. And I should have known it was going to be the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. But it
Yeah,
was
it's
just,
very clickbaity.
yeah, yeah, which I
Yeah.
get. You've got to make your title, grab people's attention. I called one of my videos, I climbed a mountain to find a World War II aircraft crash site, which is true. But again, like I think plagiarism isn't really something we touched on really with AI, is it? And like history in general, because obviously all the information that we might talk about on here or we talk about on our own channels, it is all out there. We're just packaging it in a different format and giving our take on it. I would say we try to present the facts the best that we can. We never want to plagiarize. That's never the goal in history. We're just kind of, like I say, maybe putting a new take on it, a new spin on it, and
Teaching it
giving our opinion.
differently.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because like I was saying before, if you can't be bothered Googling it, or if I don't know why you wouldn't be into books, because reading books is an amazing escape from real life, and it's one of the best tools that you've got for research. If that's not your thing, then YouTube might be your thing, and you might learn lots from that. So there's all different tools out there to research, but like we've been saying throughout this whole podcast episode, you just got to be careful.
Yeah, so I found picking out good history YouTubers. So if they're in the video and they make purely just historical videos, that's generally a good sign that they know what they're doing.
Mm.
So like ourselves, World War II Wayfinder, History Underground, they're history channels and they're in it, so it's not AI, and more often than not it will be fact checked
Yeah,
and it will be right. Maybe there might the odd human error, but it will be right.
yeah,
But if you find one history video from a channel that doesn't do history, be very wary. So a few months ago now, somebody did a video on Auschwitz. So they visited Auschwitz, recorded this video, got a load of information. Apart from the fact they recorded in places where you weren't allowed to record there, all the information this guy was spilling out was incorrect, to the point where Auschwitz actually called him out for it on their socials or on their website, saying, "Do not watch this video. It's not accurate." But that video popped up on my view page on YouTube the other day, and it's got nearly 1 million views. That's nearly 1 million people. I mean, some people would have watched it to say this is a load of rubbish and then commented on it saying
yeah,
this is all inaccurate.
yeah,
But that's potentially 1 million people watching misinformation and then spreading that misinformation, and that's how it all just snowballs into it.
Was this just a random channel that just did this random video at Auschwitz? It wasn't.
I think so. I think I can't remember. If I find it, I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
But I think
yeah,
I think it was just a random guy who went on a trip to Poland.
right.
And if you go to Poland, one of the things you've got to do is go to Auschwitz, sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, he did a video on it, and it was a load of rubbish, to the point where even the museum itself called it out. So if you do watch history YouTubers, just be careful on who you watch.
yeah,
I think picking out
yeah,
good historians that you trust as well. So obviously we've got James Holland, Al Murray, John McManus.
yeah,
He's quite good.
yeah,
Peter Caddick Adams.
yeah, absolutely. I haven't watched a lot of his stuff, but I would trust him. Dan Snow.
Yes,
You know,
yeah, I quite like him. Yeah, yeah.
he's very, very well known, and that's why he's used a lot by History Channel and BBC and stuff like that, because he's good at narrating, he's got a great voice, but he's also well trusted.
His little crew at History Hit are very good. So there's a little crew. If nobody knows what History Hit is, go check it out. It's Dan Snow, and he's got a team of historians. They cover basically every era.
Yeah,
Um, but I don't think you're going to get onto Dan Snow's team if you don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Places to research. So there's the archives. So there's digital archives, and then you can go to a building with the archives in and see the actual image, book, diary, or anything. So going straight to the source
yeah,
is always useful. I'm yet to visit archives. I've had no need to so far.
yeah. I will say it's because I've had kind of brief experience, not physically going to one. So trying to research my great tide, which is Welsh for grandfather, because he fought in Italy, landed in May 44, in Italy. And my mum kind of kicked it off, and she got in touch with the National Archives, and tried to get some of his records, and she did get some through the post. They were copies, they weren't originals.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was more like medical stuff, like pre-war, and some of it was after, like the war as well. But then I wanted to find out more. Like, I wanted to find out exactly where he fought and what unit he was in, because it's kind of difficult to read, obviously, with it being 80 years old and it's a copy. Like, the handwriting isn't the
Yeah,
best.
yeah.
So I will say trying to use the National Archives website because we have his name, his date of birth, and his service number as well. So you'd think they're like the big three of you're definitely going to find this person because you're not people can have the same name and the same date of birth, but the service number was unique to every single soldier throughout the war. So I thought, great, got all these three. I can put them into the National Archives website, and it'll give me his record, and I can hopefully find a bit more. Let me tell you, that website is a minefield, and it is
Um,
well, it's so difficult to understand like how to search the results. I mean, I ended up like using their like live chat thing and just explaining this all to someone. Um, and that was difficult as well. This is nothing against National Archives, by the way. Like I know, it's incredibly important and they're going to deal with so many people similar as me trying to find out about relatives. Um, but even that, it's classic for this country of it took forever. I didn't really get anywhere. I was told to fill out another form, so I did that. Then I just got an email, something about the records are held by the MOD, and they're trying to bring them over to the National Archives. But because there's so many, obviously it's going to take forever. So yeah, that's just my little story about using archives. So they are good, but they are difficult to use at the same time. Is just kind of like be aware if you want to delve into that sort of thing.
yeah, I'm so glad it's not just me that can't use the National Archives website.
Oh,
I've given up on that
yeah,
site, to be honest, and just go elsewhere
yeah.
for stuff. Did you find anything else on him? Because we've got access to Forces records and ancestry. So if you want us to have a look,
Oh, nice. I did. Funnily enough, I put a post out on my Instagram when I was doing my walk of a picture of my Great Tide. Um, and then Geraint Jones, who wrote D-Day: The Unheard Tapes, and then he did one about V-Day. He actually messaged me and was like, oh, what did he say? Oh, he said, oh, have you contacted? There's a museum in Conwy. It's about half an hour down the road from me. Because he, being Welsh, he thought that's kind of like the first port of call. And me and my mum have already been there, and the guy looked through like a lot of books of the Royal Welsh Fusiliers, but his name wasn't in there. So anyway, Geraint very kindly, I took like scans using my phone of the documents to send to him, and he kind of deciphered, using his knowledge of the subject, he kind of deciphered. I think, did he tell me what battalion he was in? Possibly, but he didn't know for sure. But he said he kind of pointed me in the direction of another museum in Wales that I could contact.
okay.
And then he gave me a book of the regiment that he might have been in as well. So I think that's going to be my next port of call in the new year is contact this museum and get that book. Because yeah, I just think it'd be nice to know where he
Yeah.
actually fought and what he went through. Saying he served in Italy. Italy's a big place and a lot happened.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, thank you. I appreciate that offer. Yeah,
Yeah, if you want us to have a look, just send stuff over and we'll have a look
yeah.
for you.
And
So
I
yeah,
think
National.
I,
Go on.
I was just going to say I think that's a good thing about history that's what it's all about. Don't we got to
Helping
not
each other.
try and yeah. There's
Yeah.
we don't need to gatekeep anything. If I think sometimes history can get a lot of, like I was joking, maybe in a previous episode about, you push your glasses up and you go, well, actually, you know, it's not about going, oh, well, I know more than you and I remember this fact and you don't know that. Ha 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 ha. It's not about that. It's about sharing the passion and meeting like-minded people along the way and disproving.
So National Archives we've decided is no use to anyone. I use Imperial War Museums a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
So they're quite good. Yeah, to be fair, there's plenty of decent websites out there. There's the IWM, British Path, Critical Past, Britannica. So there's plenty of decent websites out there. You just need to look at the website to see how many adverts it's got on it. That's generally a good giveaway. If it's full of adverts, I know, admittedly, my website's full of adverts, but that's because I don't like my job. There's good research, bad research. I think you just got to take the time. If it's something you're interested in or something you're not sure about, just take the time to figure it out. And if you see AI, just report it and don't interact with it. Anything else to add from you?
No, just echoing what you said there, really. Yeah, report it, don't interact with it. And yeah, if you are interested in history and you come across this video and you want to know more, great, come on this journey with us. Follow me, follow Katie. Search out some of the channels that we've mentioned in this episode and other episodes. And yeah, just drop us a message or comment or whatever. We're more than happy to help out if you've got any questions or anything like that. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe as well so you get more of these. And same with our own channels as well. Head on over there, subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Because I know we enjoy doing this sort of thing and waffling about the war. But it's always nice to share it with other people and see the numbers do well.
Certainly is. So that's it for today. So we'll see you all next week.
See you all next week.